It's two-side anime, and I want to talk about the future of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. There are a couple plot points and characters that I want to discuss today. Chapter 6 being a banger, and Boruto vs Mitsuki is now in full effect, and Sarada catching her W because Shikamaru now knows the truth about Kawaki. We can now say the plot is cooking up. The only issue is this monthly wait, and it sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm never gonna get used to this monthly wait. And also, let's not forget the God Tree clones that are waiting in the background. We don't know what they have planned. Only information we have is the people they want to target. That's about it. So today, it's not really a theory. It's just some things I want to talk about in regards to the plot and some of the characters. Those characters being Kawaki, Boruto, and Ada. And also, I want to touch a little bit on Shibai and Omnipotence. All of this is based off of the time skip and also an old comment made by Ikimoto. A lot of people forgot that they said that Boruto was going to be the opposite of the Naruto series. The Naruto series started off dark right off the bat. Naruto Part 1, we were introduced to a sad story of an orphan named Naruto, the nine-tailed fox, Sasuke, and the slaughter of his clan by his brother, the serial killers Gaara and Orochimaru, and etc. If you had the privilege to watch Naruto, you wouldn't really grasp how dark Naruto was in Part 1. Because if you read the manga, everything was uncensored. The anime was very filtered. A lot of scenes were dialed down because the manga was too dark. So it was understandable when they said they wanted Boruto to start off in the opposite direction. They wanted to respect Kishimoto's wishes as he was working on Samurai 8 because Naruto worked so hard to bring peace to the shinobi world. With that being said, this isn't good news for Boruto fans. Throughout Boruto Part 1, we started off with such a light tone. With the slow build up, as the story progressed, things have gotten worse and worse for Boruto and his family and friends. So if you expect Boruto to have a happy ending at the end of this series, you've been misinformed. So like I said earlier, today we're going to talk about the tragic fate of Ada, Boruto, and how omnipotence can be reversed. But right off the bat, I want to talk about omnipotence. If you remember, omnipotence is a godlike ability that the Otsutsuki have used in the past to alter the memories of humans. I feel like this is an ability that Kaguya used in her anime canon arc. She became the empress of the shinobi world. We know somehow Amado transferred these godlike abilities into his cyborgs. It's not really clear how he did this, but that's where we're at. Concept of gods altering humans' memories. It's an old concept used in a lot of creepypastas that I've listened to on YouTube. They all have one similarity, and it's this effect cannot be reversed. The only character that has the ability to reverse omnipotence is Shibai himself. The only issue is, most of the time, when a character transcends into a different dimension, they no longer care about meaningless things like human interactions and issues. And if Boruto doesn't convince Shibai to reverse the effects of Ida's omnipotence, then the story is going to remain in reverse. That will be Shibai's only purpose in the story. And that's if Boruto's able to make it to his dimension. But if Boruto's supposed to get darker and darker, I also agree that omnipotence shouldn't be reversed. This will leave Boruto as the nameless ninja that saved the world. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter bring up the fact that Boruto may have a similar story to Itachi, protecting the leaf in the shadows. That's if he survives. But the reason why I'm bringing up Shibai as being the person to undo omnipotence is because Ada isn't going to survive the time skip. In the most recent chapter, chapter 6, Ada tried to tell Kawaki that her life is in danger, and that's very telling. This is probably the first time in a while Ada has ever experienced true fear. Ada was introduced, she was walking around like she was bulletproof because she has her invincible little brother, Damon. Damon proved to the fandom that he is the strongest character of Part 1 Boruto after defeating Code without his limiters. Yeah, that bum. But Ada is now panicking panicking because she was named one of the targets of the God Tree clones. Aida's remote viewing ability makes it hard for any enemy to launch a surprise attack. So this makes Aida the #1 target for the Shinju clones. Why? Because if they take away Aida, they're able to do whatever they want whenever they need to. Chapter 5, we see the bug God Tree clone make eye contact with Aida and tell Aida directly to her face that he's coming for her. Being able to see Aida when she uses her remote viewing ability makes her an easy target to locate. Since these beings have the ability to switch through dimensions just like Sasuke, nothing is stopping them from popping up into the Leaf Village and attacking Aida. And before you jump up and say Damon's gonna protect her, I've already covered this in another video. I don't think Damon's gonna win against the God Tree clones. I actually believe Damon's gonna become a tree. God Tree clone Bug versus Damon is going to happen. And when this fight happens, Bug is gonna jump Damon with the claw grimes and overwhelm him and turn him into a tree. Because the claw grimes feast off instinct, not with the intent to kill, Damon's reflection ability won't work. He will eventually get overwhelmed fighting the claw grimes and Bug. 9 out of 10, Aida will get captured. Around the same time, Kawaki will join up with the God Tree clones and eventually meeting her end. So let's move on to Boruto. If the Boruto series is going to be the reverse of the Naruto series, then we have to understand that the happy ending that we saw between Sasuke and Naruto will not happen in Boruto when it comes to Boruto and Kawaki. Let me explain. You look back at the Naruto series, Sasuke really didn't do anything unredeemable in the series. Aside of him leaving the village and killing Danzo, which he was acquitted for, he didn't do anything that crazy. He was also the main reason why the good guys won the war. That's the difference between Sasuke and Kawaki. Based off the information that we received from Shikamaru and the elders when they were discussing the state, the Land of Fire, we know that the Land of Fire will never accept Kawaki for his actions against Naruto. Even if Naruto comes back alive and say it's okay, everything's fine, the Land of Fire will rebuke Kawaki. And let's also add that Kawaki is going to be the one that destroys the Leaf Village. So for Kawaki, his life is going to end at the end of the series as well, because there's no way we can modify his actions to allow him to fit into the story and live on. This ties in directly with Boruto, because at the end of this fight between Boruto and Kawaki, both characters will die. Just like at the end of Naruto Shippuden, when Sasuke and Naruto survived their final clash, the opposite will happen at the end of Boruto. Kawaki will die and Boruto will also die, because there will be no reverse for omnipotence. And even if Boruto survives this final battle, Boruto will no longer be allowed to live as a free shinobi, because everybody will remember Boruto as the orphan who came to the village and destabilized a whole nation. Boruto will be forced to live a life of solitude. He will be forced to be the permanent Shadow Kage of the world that supports Sarada in the shadows. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of a fitting end for Boruto, keeping the peace between the Otsutsuki and Earth and the shinobi world. Boruto will go down into history as the nameless ninja. The only people that will know the truth will be Shikamaru, Himawari, Hinata, Naruto, and Sarada. A tragic ending to a heroic story. But that's it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think.